What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. And first of all, I would like to apologize for my long absence since it's been months since I last posted any videos at all. It's because currently I am quite heavily involved in some of my own projects, uh, doing full stack development, doing softwares from scratch, and some of them is related to AI and machine learning. So expect some new series, I guess, related to AI where we can discover together on how we can actually leverage AI in our day-to-day. So for today's Appsheet episode, we would like to turn down a few notch, keep things simple. And this is actually an inspiration from Babhuti Acharya. He sent me an email quite recently, and it's actually regarding on ledgering or ledger in Appsheet. I guess I wouldn't want to jump straight to his use case straight away. Let's set some foundations or some basics in Appsheet on how we can actually do ledger in Appsheet. And I guess with that being said, let's check it out. Okay, guys, so to begin our tutorial, the usual, we will run through the basic, I guess, data structure for the simple ledger that we'll be using for today. We have the entry ID. So this is basically the key, which we'll be using later on. Then we have the date. We have the description. We have debit, credit, category, account, attachment, and created ad. So created ad is basically the date and time. And for the next table or tab in your spreadsheet or Excel, we have the settings. So for settings ID, I have set a default settings, which brings the opening balance to 100. So I will explain this shortly later. Now, once you have this simple table in place, we can continue with creating the app itself in Appsheet. So for those who actually trying this for the first time, to make things easy and quick, you can go straight to extensions and you'll find Appsheet. And you can simply create an app straight away from the spreadsheet itself. Again, this is only available if you're using Google's Workspace. For Excel users, you can just proceed with Appsheet and start to create by selecting the data source from Excel. Now in Appsheet itself, we have two of these tables added in. So we have the ledger and settings. So I'll just run you through for settings. We have the settings ID and opening balance. So I've set the settings ID as the key and opening balance with the price type. And this would hold the value of 100 as I shown in the spreadsheet earlier. Now in ledger, we have the entry ID as the key. And don't forget to set the initial value to unique ID so that whenever you try to add or whenever you add a new transaction, it will generate its own key. Then we have the date. Of course, for date, we are using the initial value of today so that whenever you add a new transaction, it adds the date of the day today itself. Then we have description. We have the debit, we have the credit, both will be in the price data type. Category and account, I'm using enum for now. Of course, this would be slightly different to your use case. If it applies, then it should be fine. We have the attachment where it holds the file. You can upload your receipt or any reference to that particular transaction. Now here's another, I would say, column, which is created at, which I'm using the date time data type. And the initial value of it is using now so that it records the date and time itself. All right, so to make the ledger a simple one, a simple basic ledger, I've added a running balance, and it is actually a virtual column. So for those who don't know or unfamiliar with virtual column, you can add a virtual column by going up to the top right corner. Next to regenerate schema, you would see a add virtual column, and you can go ahead and add the new virtual column with the formula itself. And the formula that I'm using is basically the following. Now, let me explain a bit on what it does. So, the first that I want to explain is the any select settings opening balance true. So, what it does, it pulls the single number from settings opening balance. So, earlier we have the opening balance of 100. So, this ledger is basically open with the value of 100. And of course, why we're using any in this case and select is to return a list. Basically it extracts the one value that we have earlier. So think of it as start from this beginning balance. All right. So that's the first part. So the second part, which is basically the sum select ledger debit. So what it does, it finds all debit, which is basically the money in, amounts that happen on or before this row, and then it sums them. So basically this debit increases your balance. Now the other part, which is the ledger credit, all right? So basically similar to debit, the only difference is this is the one deducting the balance from your ledger. All right. So once we have all this, let's give this a try. So let's just say, okay, never mind. So I'll just delete the current items I tried earlier before the tutorial was created. Let's create a new ledger. So now whenever I add, let's say restock, or say restock items, and the credit I've used is 50, and the category is supplies, and the account is using from the cash account. So you can see the created ad is as of when this transaction is created. Then all I need to do is just to click on save. Oh no, sorry. Debit is 0. So now you can see the running balance is actually 50 because the initial opening balance is 100. And I've credited, which is to restock the items for $50. So now the balance is 50. Now, whenever I add another transaction, let's say sales to John LLC, a company, then the debit. Let's say the sales was made for $150. Nothing is credited out. Supplies and cash. Of course, you can attach any attachment that you like that refers to this particular transaction. Now, all I need to do for now is just to click on save. Be wary on the running balance. Right now is 50. So when we debit 150, the running balance should return with 200. And you can see here now the running balance is 200 as of this particular time. So when this transaction happened, now the running balance is 200. So of course you can keep on adding all your transactions in place. Now this is very, very simple and basics when it comes to ledgering in Appsheet. So there will be a part 2 where we will start to look into more sophisticated, I guess, process for a ledger. For now, I'm giving you the simple one just to give you an idea on the fundamental things that we should set up to come up with a very simple ledger app in Appsheet. Of course, there's a lot of format when it comes to ledgering, but at the end of the day, it's basically on the balance of the credit and debit of the account. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you find this content useful. Don't forget to drop a comment as well if you have any concerns or questions with regards to the tutorial today, or any comments at all regards to any videos that you would like to see for the next few episodes to come. And thank you very much, guys, for showing your love and support, even throughout the days when I'm not around. I've been, of course, keeping close on all of your emails and comments, and I'll be entertaining them one by one. So expect some replies soon. So I guess I hope to see you guys in the next video. So take care. Bye bye.